content is a type. What you really are trying to tell people is information. And so when you start to think about it in this type of way, it makes it a little more simple to decide how you're going to best display your content. So you take a piece of information and you choose a content type that best displays that piece of information. So let's go back to the breast self-exam commercial. They felt that a commercial would really be the best way to reach the number of women that they needed to reach. Press releases, you send those out because you're looking to send it to a journalistic community who recognizes a press release right away as a piece of information that they can use to then go ahead and write a story. A radio ad. You choose a radio ad because you think that people will be driving their cars and they might be more apt to listen. You choose a billboard showing emergency wait room times because you know that people are driving by and they're going to want to know that information. So it's a piece of information that you're turning into a piece of content. And then that piece of content disseminated out into the world becomes a marketing vehicle for whatever it is that you want to say. This is a very important concept, so if anything is unclear about it, please ask me, because I think it's a really important thing to understand, especially when we get to repurposing content, because that's a lot of times where people start to reinvent the wheel, and they don't need to do that. So again, any piece of content you look at for the next week, think to yourself, what's the main piece of information in this piece of content, and why did they choose this display modality, a commercial, a website, a TV ad, to show that idea? There's this idea that we're producing more content every day since the internet, since we did in the thousands of years before that. So every single day, more content is being produced than in all the 1,000 years before that. That's a crazy idea, right? Except that a lot of the content that's being produced is not really content. It's a push to go to a piece of content. So think about a tweet. A tweet that you're just telling your friend something that's going on, or you're blasting your public opinion about whatever it is, like the fiscal cliff. You're sending that out, that's a piece of content. But when you're just forwarding a link to another piece of content, that's not necessarily its own piece of content. It's just a way to distribute what you're trying to say. It's just like buying ad time on for a radio commercial. You're just getting that information out there. It's a delivery vehicle. So it's information, the type you want to put it into, and then how you choose to distribute it.